Hello, Travel Quest Network. Welcome to the weekly Chatter Live. I am your host, Joshua Harrell, the Chief Marketing Officer for WorldVia Travel Quest Network, and it is my honor to do this show every single week now. Now I've made that commitment. I've made that promise to you guys every single week, and today I'm overjoyed because I have one of my most favorite people in the whole wide world. And for many of you, I know that she holds the same space. It is Bonnie Lee, our founder.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here, Joshua. Thanks for having me.
You know that you are always welcome. And we had such a good time at the road show in Dallas, Fort Worth. And we were just doing it in the lobby, right? We were doing our weekly Chatter Live in the lobby.
It was, you can make a weekly chatter happen anywhere. That's a fact, right? Doesn't matter.
Yep. Guys, she told me that. She said, you can make that weekly chatter happen any place in the world. So I think you could show up every single week. So, yep. She's holding me to it.
It's just a matter of having the right equipment and someone to help you get set up. Like today, I have Walter back here all I got to do is sit in the chair. That's pretty simple for me.
Yes. Now, Bonnie, you are joining us. Now, I always have to remind myself, but I also want to remind our viewers that we are now a podcast too. So it's not just the video side of things. So right now, for those audio only audience members, where are you? Where in the world are you?
Oh, I'm sitting in my backyard, and I was just telling Joshua, I've been working in my garden here in Minnesota for probably the past 3 weeks, through the rain, through the clouds, through some really cold. Today happens to be incredibly sunny, but it's just a joy to be outside. Everything's green. That's what I'm from the backyard. Anybody looking at me, you're seeing me from here to here, but down below, I got my big old garden clogs on. My legs are super dirty from hauling compost. So this looks pretty good, but down, not quite so clean.
I thank you for gussying up the top half.
Yeah,
I like it.
Ain't that the best part about this whole thing? You can just look kind of good here and then still be able to get right back into the down and dirty that you were taking care of before the show. So
I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in live. Keep dropping in your comments in the chat. We're going to get to the chat in just a minute. And, if you're new to Travel Quest Network, welcome. Bonnie, you want to welcome anybody new?
Oh my gosh, of course I want to welcome everybody new. There's just so much great camaraderie. I love the camaraderie of the chatter, when we share the wins and the losses. Hopefully, everyone has a win, but sometimes you need a friend even more when you kind of have a troubling week, a challenging week, maybe a challenging client, whatever the case might be. So I love it. So welcome, welcome, wherever you are in your week, good or bad. I'm glad you're here.
Yes, so if you are brand new to Travel Quest Network, we welcome you and know that not only is our team there for you, but so are our members. Just like Bonnie said, a lot of camaraderie within Travel Quest Network. And the thing that she and I started 2 Decembers ago is
Mm-hmm.
the weekly chatter live, and it is where we kind of round up the week, share our wins, our challenges, and in particular, this weekend we got a holiday weekend. So, what are you doing this holiday weekend? What are you doing with 3 days? Do you have 3 days? Because some of you have got quite the hustle on, so you might not have a full 3 days off, right?
Most travel agents don't even get one day. They're working straight through. I totally know how that works. But the nice part about a holiday weekend, even if you're a travel agent and you're still having to do everything those 3 days, the pressure of the normal world actually is a little bit less. So maybe you do get to chill a little bit more on those 3 days.
Yes. Yes, it's nice when the world quiets down a little bit and you can
Mhm.
knock out some things. So, Bonnie, I know this is your favorite part of the show, so why don't we go over to the chat and see what's going on with all of our live viewers? All right? So,
Awesome.
if you are new to the show, you will see me looking down at my phone because this is how I see I get to read your comments. And because I can't read before I say it, sometimes I step in it and say things like Des Moines instead of Des Moines. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm not letting that one go. I'm owning that. All right. So Bonnie, Stacy is joining us. Said happy Friday, Bonnie and Joshua. Stacy, so good to see you. Stacy got to join us for the road show in Minneapolis. Had a fantastic time. It was so good to see him again in person after Travel Quest World last year.
Mhm.
Let's see, Cynthia. Hello, all. Happy Friday. Made it back to Alabama. I don't know if you recall this, Bonnie. I think we were talking about it when you and I were together, but Cynthia was doing a side-by-side cruise. So she
Man, I've
just
been
got done.
watching her on Facebook. I'm like, good golly, Miss Molly girl, you are really out in the world. And how fabulous is that? To get out and be able to have those discussions with your clients and look at your Facebook. I'm watching you and I am amazed at all the great things. So, really, congratulations. What a great trip. And I'm glad you're back home safely, ground a little bit, and then start back maybe Monday.
Yes, I was following her adventures, and for those of you who don't know Cynthia, uh, it was either the beginning of this year or the end of last year. Now, don't correct me, Cynthia, but retired from her previous life, and now she is a full-on travel entrepreneur, and she's getting out there and being known for travel. I love it. All right. So, Cynthia, always good to see you. Debbie from Washington State, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Debbie. So, before we got started, Bonnie, while Walt was helping you with turning the internets on, I'm just kidding. She didn't say that. She said, "What did you do, Walt?" And he said, "I did the internet." And I was like, "Okay, what's going on over
I
there?"
know.
But I asked, what are you guys doing for the holiday weekend? And Cynthia, who we were just talking about, she said resting and laundry this weekend so I can repack for Travel Quest World. So we're gonna get to see Cynthia live and in person, and I get to see you live and in person, Bonnie.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Joshua knows me. I've been shopping the Royal Caribbean app, okay, now here's the deal. This to me is so amazing. I've been a travel agent for how many years? Like 30 years. Look, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of cruises. I take my family on a cruise and I'm like, gosh, I guess I better pay attention to this Royal Caribbean app to see what's going on. Like, what do I got to buy ahead of time? Um, what I learned was amazing. Like prices fluctuate like the stock market in there. And when you see something that fits what you're wanting to do and it is a good price, certainly do purchase it. So I learned that from my own experience. And I happen to love the non-alcoholic beverage package because I like my ginger and carrot juice. I like my coffees in the morning. Walt and I like that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I saw it on sale the other day, so I purchased it for Walt and I went right at our Facebook group, and I was like, "People, if you like this, it's 30% off." And I am telling you, that's a really, really good deal. So I have learned so much about it. Until you travel as a consumer, I think it's really hard maybe for us to know all those important things. But that was my first actual cruise, Joshua, as a consumer, where I didn't have my day laid out, like 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, noon, dinner here, da 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 da, all of those things. I didn't have that. So it really made me go in and study the ship and study. It was amazingly wonderful. And I feel like I can really give great advice for people traveling on the Harmony because that's what I was on. And now I'm working on the Independence. I'm watching videos on the Independence too.
Hey guys, I'm laughing because I got to witness this journey with Bonnie, and she was filling me in on all this that she discovered with the app, and she reached out to one of our members, Lisa, and she wanted to confirm with Lisa, is this a thing? And I loved watching it, and sure enough, not only did she go into our members only Facebook group and pass on some of the knowledge. She went into our Microsoft Teams group and said, "Hey, y'all, if you're going to Travel Quest World, non-alcoholic package, get it now."
Well, here's the crazy part, Joshua. So I did. I went with my family. I went with our son and his wife. Beth and I are the very first day. We're at the spa. We're getting a juice thing, and I was going to buy her the non-alcoholic package, but then you have to buy all those things within 3 days of sailing. I
Mm.
woke up the next morning, and now, dang, there I or 2 days of sailing, whatever it was, but the clock had dinged and I could know it wasn't on sale. You couldn't buy anything. So there I'm standing on the ship with her next to me and I'm feeling like a total, whatever. And so we had to buy it and it cost me $100 more well, her $100 more or them. But I really learned what we do. I mean, I knew what you know what you do, but until you're on the receiving end and standing in the spa and you got to buy it now and you got to pay full price, you don't really know. And there is the value of that Facebook group that we have and the camaraderie, just as we were talking about being on the road show, meeting people, talking to people. And Lisa, I happen to have known her for a long time, but I also know a lot of other great Royal Caribbean specialists within our network. I certainly could have reached out to any one of them, but if I didn't have that network, I maybe would not have known where to go to get the answer that I knew would be the correct answer. So I really value the network and I'm looking for someone in Port Canaveral and I emailed somebody who lives there and said, "Hey." So that whole bit of learning who is sitting next to you in the Travel Quest network, be it on the Facebook or at a road show or Travel Quest World or wherever it is, or Edge, wherever we might be, that's invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. I tap into that probably a couple of times a week when I just need to know something. And I of course I could Google it, but I don't know if you know this, Joshua, but everything on the internet is not true.
Do do tell me more. Do tell me more. The no, it was, and I'm glad that you shared that, just because I found that odd that you had not traveled as a consumer, and this
Hmm.
was your first
No.
time because you've always been traveling for work and events and things like that. Everything's all laid out for you.
Hmm.
And you genuinely, it sounds, in some ways, somebody might interpret it as it sounds complicated, but you see, it was fun because the app made it easy for you.
Oh my gosh, the app was absolutely incredible. And you know how they slip the little thing under your door, like what's going on? There's going to be a martini tasting, and then there's going to be a scavenger hunt. And I used to have to think people, get that piece of paper, carry it around. Well, you're on the ship, it's in the app. It all loads up in the app. So I have to say I was way way impressed with that. And, I'm fairly certain other cruise lines, their apps are probably comparable. And I'm very, very certain of that. So anyone who sells um, cruises, get in there and try their apps so that you really can get your person in there. And hotels are the same way. You can log into the hotel app and order, hey, I like a really soft pillow. Do not give me a hard pillow. I'll be kind of cranky in the morning. You can do the same thing within the hotel app. So find out what your clients are doing, where they are. Get the app, your airline app, your hotel app. Your When we were on the Ama River cruise, that app again was amazing. Travel insurance. If you have travel insurance, that app is crazy. Like it's all on your phone. Okay, I
so
sound like
yeah,
I didn't know those things.
you plugged a few things. So I'm just gonna say, if you are coming to Travel Quest World in July, sailing with us on the Independence of the Seas, please download the Royal Caribbean app. You can
Hmm.
go ahead and do that. And also, make sure that you download the Travel Quest World app in the app stores. Or, yeah, yeah, why am I'm challenged when I said app stores. I don't know why I stumbled there.
I knew what you meant. I think
You,
most people know what you
I
meant. Go
hope
to that
everybody
place and
did.
hit download. Yeah.
Yeah, so download the Travel Quest World app. You can just go to the app stores and search Travel Quest World, and it is I think it's the only, I would hope it's the only Travel Quest World app. So please download that. And Bonnie, the other thing I wanted to share, because I definitely wanted to move on to other topics, you took advantage of one of the amazing offers that Tom from Space Coast Tourism
Mhm.
put together for us way back when we first announced Travel Quest World, that it was going to be out of Port Canaveral. Put together some great offers on hotels, the Space Center, lots of different things. So if you're coming pre and post, there's some opportunities there. But you found a great deal there on the hotel where we're going to be staying at just before the conference. Where
Yes,
is it?
and I believe it's the Spring Hill Suites, Port Canaveral. Am I correct there, Joshua?
You
I
are.
didn't write it down. Okay. Great rate. It's like $99. But do remember, number one, space, there's only so much space in there that they're going to allow for the rate. So don't wait to do that. And then number two, you do have to have it booked. And Joshua, I feel like that one might have been the 5th of June or the 12th of June. I don't even quite remember. So, don't hesitate, because if you go in and you look at the rates for that hotel, it was, when I looked this week, it was 224 a night. This is $99 a night. It is 5 minutes from the ship where your shipper is going to go. I was going to drag my little luggage because you know me, Joshua, I always go carry on. Walt and I are always carry on people. But I nixed that. There's going to be several of us, more than several of us at that hotel. So I'm sure we'll probably just get some giant bus. No, not really, but we'll head out there. So it's a great, great opportunity. And kind of to be able to scout out the area for when your clients do go fly into Orlando. And are they going to go to Port Canaveral the day before, stay overnight, or are they going to stay overnight by the airport in Orlando, go back to the airport in the morning and jump on the Royal Caribbean shuttle? There's so many options, but you're able to look at it and experience it so that when you're chatting with people, you really got the lay of the land because you've actually done it. And that is so important. It's just so important.
It is, and if if you do go to book that, just make sure you say Travel Quest World, so
Hmm.
they connect you up. And like Bonnie said, if that is no longer available, there are loads and loads of offers. Like I said, not only hotels, there's all different types of activities and things like that, if I remember correctly, because Tom put that
Yes, there are.
together for
Hmm.
us a while ago. But those are going to be in the Pro Portal in the calendar section where it says Travel Quest World. In that calendar section, it has a link to a spreadsheet that has all the different offers. So you can find that in the Pro Portal and also in the Facebook group calendar. So if you are looking for it, and if not, you can email me, Joshua at worldvia.com, and I'll find it for you. All right, let's see here. Getting back to the comments, man, we really were going to town on Port Canaveral, Royal Caribbean, Independence of the Seas, Travel Quest World. I love it.
Well,
Let's.
and the thing, Joshua, is anybody that's listening, you have, even if you're not, God forbid, going to Travel Quest World, you more than likely just learned 4 or 5 things that you can put into play in your everyday life as an agent that will make you invaluable to your clients. You don't necessarily have to be experiencing these things to take it in and spread it out so everybody kind of knows the best way to do things there.
And one of the things, when we first started working with Royal Caribbean for Travel Quest World, Robin from Royal Caribbean said, "Oh, I know Tom at Space Coast. I'm going to connect you guys up." And he was so enthusiastic and put so much work into putting together those offers. And I guess which is probably obvious to you, but I'm just going to call it out. Working with these tourism boards in various different areas, they many people don't tap them as a resource, and that's what they're there for. And
Hmm.
you don't know what they have up their sleeve or the network that they have to help you make that holiday extra special, and maybe something again, if you're not familiar with that area, you haven't experienced it, tap into these tourism boards. That's their sole purpose, is to generate activity and tourism for their particular area. So anyway,
Hmm.
that
So
was
true.
that was a nice little experience. So very excited about that. So getting back to the chat, we've got Lena. Happy Friday, everyone. TGIF. Lena, good to see you. And Rebecca, happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Aloha to you, Rebecca. I owe her a shipment, and that's just between Rebecca and I. She knows exactly where I'm at. I'm a little bit behind. I told her I got the box. I haven't actually mailed it yet, but we're close. We're one step closer. All right, and Lena, she's brought us a challenge, and I think there's going to be a lot of commiseration going on. Challenge: air issues. Enough said. So yeah. Anybody else want to jump on? I mean, I know you guys have been chatting in the chat while Bonnie and I have been chatting, but that has, what was it? What I see, Delta had canceled 2%. If I don't quote me on this, but 2% of their flights in May, their scheduled flights in May, and quite a lot of other airlines doing the same. There's been a lot of shuffling going on. So every time I
Hmm.
get the notification from my Delta app, I have the app. Every time I get the notification just to say, "Hey, check in," I'm like, "Oh, please! I want to make sure that I'm good to go. There's no changes." You gotta stay tuned on that. Oh, so feel your pain, Lena. A lot of people I see are sharing that pain there. So Nate has a win for us. Booked 3 cabins for a family that is joining me in January on the NCL Prima. Ah, the
Oh, what a
Prima.
beautiful ship. How cool. Nate, that's great.
Let's see. He said it was a multi-cabin booking. Also, oh, he said it said wine. See, this is where I get tripped up, guys. You have the little quick autocorrects, and then I got some typos. It said also wine, so I thought, oh, okay, he likes wine. No, another win is looking
Oh,
forward to Edge out here in Colorado in a couple of weeks. So, Nate, we get to see you. I'm very, very excited. Coming to Edge, Travel Leaders Edge conference in Aurora, Colorado, just outside of Denver. I struggle with saying that. Uh, and Bonnie, you're not going to be there though. Why aren't you going to be there?
you know what? And I have to say, I can't remember the last time I missed an Edge conference. I just think they're just so fabulous for, camaraderie again with your peers, and but then throw in all the vendors. Our grandson Milton lives in San Francisco, and there is a special event happening for Milton London Lee. So Grandma Bon Bon and Grandpa Walt, we gotta be there. No, we don't gotta be there. We want to
Want
be
to be
there.
there?
Yes, we are celebrating that. But believe me, I'm going to be watching Facebook, because most of my friends are going to be there. And well, you guys are my friends, plus my travel leaders friends. So that way it's not like being there, but I'm still going to get a flavor for it.
Yeah,
Yes, I can't remember the last time I missed it. Ooh.
yeah. So that was my first industry conference going to Travel Leaders
Yeah, I
Edge,
remember that.
and in 2018, and you and I spent the entire time together, and it's a very long conference. And I
Hmm.
don't know what my expectation was. I think I thought, uh, I mean, I'd been to trade shows before, so I think I had a trade show mentality about it. It is so much more than that.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Oh,
it's action packed. I use that word a lot, but by the time I was done with it, I was yeah, ridden hard and put up wet, but had a smile on my face because it was
mhm.
just a great way to connect with again members of Travel Quest Network. We have 48 members coming.
Holy buckets.
Yes, yes. And guess what you're missing out, Bonnie? You're missing out. We're going to be on the 11th, the day before the event starts. We're going to be doing our pre-Edge meetup, member meetup, from 6 to 8. And
Perfect.
Yeah, so we'll take loads of pictures. Maybe we'll do a little Facebook Live, so you can tune in and be a part of the party. But if you guys registered for Edge, then I definitely emailed you. So please look for an email from Joshua at worldvia.com, just to make sure that if you are going to be able to come to the pre-Edge member meetup, just need you to go get your tickets. They're free for you to come. I just need to know that you're coming.
Well,
So
yeah, and it's so great because then you're going to make some connections right away pre the event. So then if you're newer and you're going to this event, you're not going to just feel like this goldfish in the ocean. You're going to have made some, yeah, very good, Joshua. You're going to have made some contacts. So, and to your point, Joshua, whenever I would leave an Edge conference, I'd be on the plane to come home, and I have my notebook. Anybody who knows me knows I take notes up the yin yang, and I would be highlighting, drawing boxes around because I had learned so much. I was trying to put it all in order, so when I got back, I had things put together. You're right. I mean, it is so jam packed, but it is so fabulous. And I'm really excited that you're doing the pre-event. People can meet each other, hey, I'll meet you for breakfast, and then everybody has a little bit of glue holding them together. I really, really like that fact.
yeah, I I'm an introvert, guys.
Oh, geez.
I'm shy. I'm a wallflower. But going to an event by yourself, or maybe your magnificent other is traveling with you, but you're going to the event by yourself. Um, for someone like me, it takes a lot of work to get out the door and kind of jump into the river as it's flowing. So I'm kind of hesitant, like double dutch. I'm scared to jump in. Uh, but doing something like this where you get to meet your fellow members of Travel Quest
Mhm.
Network beforehand, like you said, you've now got faces that you're going to recognize throughout the event, and you guys will do dinners together, hang out with each other. It always happens. And last year, we got to go to Universal. That's where Edge was
That
last
was
year.
so fun.
And yeah, I got to ride lots of rides, and yeah, I was with a group that really liked to ride roller coasters. So, well, no roller
And really,
coasters on this.
you make some lifelong friendships,
Yeah.
um, which then the people that you meet the people that they know. So it really begins to pull your village together if you are newer, and even if especially if you're newer and you're an introvert, it's really a great way to do it. Even if you're new and you're not an introvert, but you don't know anybody, that can be challenging. Let's just face it. Um, so it's going to be a wonderful time, and I'm gonna be watching it, Joshua, just because. And I hope everybody does some cool pictures so I can share with everyone. That would be awesome.
So Bonnie, that's gonna be my mission. I'm gonna just grab everybody and say we got to take some crazy photos for Bonnie and Walt. So yeah,
Thanks.
and you guys who are coming, hold me to it. So Nate, hold me to it. And I know there's a lot of conversation going on in the comments, and I will get to it in just a minute. But you made me think of something. We've talked about Travel Quest World a lot, and the meeting, connecting with other entrepreneurs, as well as our travel partners. We've talked about the road shows and Edge. I've got some things that I do when I go to an industry event like this. But I want to hear from you, Bonnie, because I've heard you give some guidance before we do Travel Quest World. You normally will give our members some tips, but just in general, they're great tips for going to industry events. So, what do you want to share? And then I'll share mine. So secretly, I'm just kind of setting up my own things that I want to share.
Well, yeah, and then it's me for, but you know what I always did, just because the first couple of events I went to, I was so overwhelmed. I walked into that trade show and I was like a deer in headlights. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Um, Normally, they have out the trade show floor. You know who the suppliers are going to be. I looked at the trade show floor, who was going to be there. I made sure I circled the people that I really wanted to see, but I did not limit myself to the people I knew, because that's way too easy and that keeps us inside of our little box. I really made sure I studied, and let's just say I like Germany. I like traveling to Germany, and I know this particular brand of hotel or this supplier does it. I specifically looked for more things. So I think the trade show is a huge thing to prepare yourself for, really and truly to prepare yourself for those things. Pick up the cards of the different vendors, and maybe they aren't even going to have cards this year. Maybe they're going to do something different where you scan it, but make a note. Don't make a mental note because you probably will forget. I can hold like two mental notes, and I would come out of that show with 1,000 mental notes. So keep track of your mental notes. When you get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, take a breather, kind of relax, and tell yourself that you are going to do research today, because that is what you're doing. You're researching peers, you're researching vendors, and the vendors are so amazing. And get out of your bubble. God, I'm kind of like you, Joshua. Like people who know me would be like, Bonnie, you're fine in a room where you don't know people. In actuality, I'm not fine. I'm scared to death. Um, but sometimes I try to find someone who looks more scared than me that we
Yeah,
can become friends.
yeah. Here's a tip, guys. If you just pretend that you're really outgoing, sometimes that facade can just take you on through. That's have to
Mhm.
strap it on every time I go into a group of people. So anyway,
So
just
that's my tip or tips.
I love it. And I definitely agree with Bunny. I think having a plan of attack, not only for the trade show, which I loved your idea of looking at the map so you kind of knew, okay, I'm going to hit this supplier, this supplier. Oh, Susie, who I know works there, is she's actually going to be at this, or I talk to her on the phone all the time, whatever. So you're kind of mentally just getting it all situated. There's a plan of attack. Pre-event, figuring out if which partners or team members or people with travel leaders in the travel leaders products for Edge, speaking specifically about Edge. But if there's a question or a topic that you really want to have a conversation on, don't do, like Bonnie said, don't do a mental note. Write it down. That becomes your mission, right? So you got your map, your tactical map of the trade show area, and then you've got your goals. I'm going to get this question answered, or maybe you want to float some ideas amongst peers, other travel entrepreneurs. So really have thoughts together. Like if you are going to spend the money and spend the time on an event, make sure you have a purpose and hold yourself accountable to it. Don't just get swept up into the party atmosphere. If there's a wonderful party, definitely enjoy the party, but definitely have a plan of attack. And the other thing I was going to say is this serves me extremely well, but if I do something like a trade show or a general session and I meet someone and we get to talking, and I want to give them my business card, I ask them for theirs. And if I ask them for theirs while they're getting it, then I have mine right in my pocket and I'm ready to do a swap. So that
Mhm.
is a little trick because if you're like handing out your card, that's awkward. So if you do it this way, you're definitely starting that relationship off. It's elevating them because you're asking them for their card, and in turn you get to give them your card. So that's a tip. And the other thing is when you get those cards at the end of the night, it could be 10:30 at night, it could be 11 o'clock. Go and look up those people on LinkedIn and connect with them and make sure you do a personalized note. Don't just hit that connect button. Send that personalized note and say, it was so awesome to have drinks with you tonight. I cannot wait to talk to you later. And if you do that at the beginning of an event, then the next day they've seen your message. Maybe they looked at your LinkedIn. Maybe they got more intrigued and wanted to have a deeper conversation with you. If you are disciplined about it, it'll serve you well. It has served me well for many years. So I'm
Mhm.
passing on some of that.
I love how you said business cards. I am amazed at the number of people who would go to Edge or Travel Quest World or any or even at one of our road shows and forget their business cards. Now, granted, I have forgotten mine. I truly have forgotten mine, and I so I'm not chastising anyone who does forget them, but
Yeah, and
please put that on the top
yeah,
of your list.
and I'm going to interrupt you there because I just want to tell you guys. She reached out to me for one event and she said, "I'm out of business cards. Can you rush those business cards to me?" And when we got together at the event, she said, "Oh, I forgot them." I was like, okay,
You
I
know what?
gotcha."
Because I mean, you do forget. I mean, people do forget. Now I have a specific bag that it's like my electronic bag. Walt makes sure everything is in there and is charged and all of those things. But it also has what I know that I need to take. My name tags, for instance.
Hmm.
A name tag is a good thing, though you're going to have one at Edge, and that's very cool. But typically, your name is down around your abdomen somewhere, which is a little bit awkward for people to be looking for your name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
if
it's
you
nice to
have
it's nice to meet you, Bonnie. They're just looking down.
exactly. So pop that if you have one, pop it up here. So in my bag, my event bag, I do make sure that I keep those things. So hopefully I won't forget them again because it's horrible when you forget. And I use Walt's. Walt never forgets. So I just go, just contact Walt. He'll find me.
I love it. And I'm glad that you mentioned the name tags because it does make a difference. I think people sometimes, I don't know, they look at name tags as that it's not as professional. But if someone is wearing a name tag, it makes me feel so much more confident when I speak to them, and I'm going to use their name. It will help me remember. It's actually
Hmm.
not about you. It's about the people you're speaking with. That's where the benefit of a name tag. And I do have a preferred, not preferred, meaning TravelQuest Network preferred, but a supplier that I use called NameBadge.com, and they've got some great options, very very affordable, and you can just do one name tag or you could do multiples. So check it out, and they ship pretty fast too, just as an aside. So if you don't have a name tag, you can get one, namebadge.com, and they are not sponsoring this show at all. I really like them. All right, Bonnie, time is flying, and people are chatting away, so we do need to get to the chatting. I want to do numbers. Are you ready to do numbers?
Yeah, that's always super exciting to me.
It is, and this was a super exciting week. So, if you are new to the show, we each week we do a top three positions in terms of volume, invoiced of anticipated revenue from the week before. So this is what was invoiced by our members traveling all throughout the year or years, and this is what their anticipated revenue from their invoice activity is. So I'm going to go to first position. All right, and that first position, $16,529.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Awesome. Who's with you there, Joshua?
I I have loads of little children everywhere, and they just are ready to make sound effects for me. All right, number two. Get this, Bonnie, $16,044. So, number one, 16,529. Number two, 16,044. And the third position.
Oh,
12,948.
wow.
Yeah, it's a really good
Think
week.
of that. Think of that income. That is amazing. That is really, really great. So
Yeah,
good to see.
yeah. And remember, that's the anticipated commission. That's how you make money. So think about your margins, the products that you're selling. Um, are there partners that you can work with better margins than maybe somebody that you're more familiar with, but it's still a great product? It's just for whatever reason you gravitated to that other supplier, the travel partner. But work smart. Like, what is it? Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So kudos to these to those three as well as all of you. I mean, when I run that report, I get to see, and it's Bonnie's report. I have to give it to her. She created the report, and for the longest time, I was like, I don't want to know how to run that report. Can you just send it to me? But I had to learn. I had to spread my wings and fly, butterfly. That's what I had to do. But
Mhm.
I get to see beyond the top three. And there's a lot of great. There were a lot of great numbers last week, and that revenue gets you to your gym status, right? As you know, as you move along,
Yes,
our
yes,
our
yes.
our gym status, our gym program, and when you get into that crown jewels category, those are our top producing agents and or agencies, I should say, and lots of fun benefits that go along with being in the crown jewels, like our monthly crown call that we do, which every time I leave that call, I've learned something I was not expecting to learn just from everybody talking to each other. Again,
Mhm.
camaraderie, like you said, and oh, other benefit is the opportunity to sail with us on the Diamond Voyage, and that's what you and I are going to do in October.
Yes, and again, it's that being with like-minded individuals and having those kinds of conversations where you are together for longer than a 2 hour meeting. You're really together. You're dining in the evening, you're climbing mountains in the day, you're chilling up on top of the we were on Ama at the time, but it's all of those moments. And when you see people make those connections, when I see all of us make connections, and then later you see them talking, and then they're on a crown jewel call, and now you can see the connection is cemented. They are talking about their air concerns, potentially, talking about a great supplier they found, looking for an in country partner. It doesn't matter, but like minded individuals who have incredibly successful businesses, who know how to take care of their clients, and they are eager to always know to be one step ahead of a problem versus on the other side of the problem. So it's just it's wonderful, wonderful networking. I can't say enough about it. It's perfect.
Yes, and it is a grand time. So we do our Diamond Voyage with our Crown Jewels members, as well as our Diamond Getaway. So those of you who are Crown Jewels right now, uh, we should, I would say, in the next few weeks, we should know where the Diamond Getaway is going to be. So stay tuned for that. Definitely will be in your inbox. And just an aside, if you want to see a real funny video, go to our Facebook page and you will see something I shot with Bonnie when we got to the top of a castle, a ruined castle somewhere in Europe, and it was quite the haul to get up there. And I said, let's do a quick video." And she said, "Oh, I know what I'm going to do." And I just turned the camera on, and she said, "Oh, here we are. This is great. We're on the Diamond Voyage, and good news, there's plenty of space because a few people died coming up this hill. So there's room for you." That wasn't true. But it definitely, you will hear, if you in the video, you will hear me go, "Oh my god!" Like I wasn't ready for that. Definitely not true. And there's always room for you in our crown jewels. And again, you get to that crown jewel status, or and you move through the gem status based on your revenue. So always stay on top of your numbers. And if you want to learn more about the gym program, you can find that out on the Pro Portal or on TravelQuestNetwork.com. Let's see. So that's what I wanted to talk about. And we were having such a good time, Bonnie. I got to get back to the comments here. Let's see. Linda joined us. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Good to see you, Linda. Oh, Robin's watching us. Lena, who had referenced the air challenges, she said her win. She wanted to balance the challenge with a win. Love that. Recently got to hang with two other travel advisors, including my girl Danielle, for some Northern Michigan winery tours. It was a
Ooh.
much needed TA treat. That sounds like a lot of fun. And so, Bonnie, Cynthia said, "What an office, Bonnie." She likes your office.
I'm telling you, if and this you aren't even really, you're not really seeing all the flowers. Walt and I have lived here for like, gosh, I don't even know how many years, 37 years. So we have an incredible perennial garden. It is, and when you think about it, Cynthia, when the choice is made to become a travel professional and you are working at home or wherever, your office is wherever you want it to be. So for years and years and years, I looked out the window of my front house and did my travel business. And then even when we moved into the office, we put in a rain garden and I put in a giant flower garden. So you can make this happen, or maybe have a house plant. Well, I had an orchid, but it never bloomed again, so I gotta have stuff outside. But good, I'm glad you enjoy it, and hopefully you've got something really great outside your window too, Cynthia.
Let's see. Bo said, "Happy Friday, Bonnie and Joshua." Our Tara, who will be with us at Travel Quest World. Hello, Bonnie and Joshua. She is behind the scenes working on Travel Quest World, getting that all put together. Let's see. Hannah said, "Happy Friday, Bonnie and Joshua and all." Challenge. I've been super sick for the first time in 2 years and had to cancel a
Ooh.
major trip I had coming up next week. I'm so sorry about that, Hannah. When? So just like Alina, she's balancing out her challenges with her wins, already taking clients for next summer. So good job there. Sorry
Oh,
you're feeling bad. I
great,
hope you get to
great,
feeling better.
great.
Shannon is joining us. She loves your backyard. Sarah, hi from Oklahoma. Uh, let's see. Katie said, "It is finally nice in Minnesota. Gorgeous day."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I saw. I think this is a big post here, but let's see. Rebecca said, "Wynn had a very successful bridal show booth this past Sunday and got 140 people to sign up for my newsletter. That's amazing. Got the welcome blast sent out too. That's really good because I think we were talking about that a
Wow.
few weeks ago. You got to make sure that once you get those names that you're sending them something, which I know Rebecca does a great job with. She already has. So those of you who are thinking like, oh, I'm not going to do a bridal show, Rebecca, she had a plan. She made sure that those marketing emails were going to go out. Not to say that that was the only thing that contributed to this, but she already has one destination wedding and two honeymoons that she's working on from it.
Oh my gosh, Joshua, wedding shows, destination wedding shows, and honeymoons, that is like near and dear to my heart. That when I was a selling agent, that was a giant part of my business. And those brides and grooms, they definitely need the help of a good travel professional. So I'm really excited. That is so great. People are looking for you. So good for you for getting out there and then, oh my gosh, getting them all in your database and having that set to go for them. Man, if that is a lot of work and you're talking to me and I know how much work it is, but great job. Great
Yeah.
job.
Great job. I saw her post. She did a post from the booth, and I thought I was really excited. So I'm glad to. I only saw the photo, so I didn't know the success story. So happy to hear it. Her challenge, airlines again, and she said, "Ugh," and dealing with entitled and unrealistic clients that need way too much hand holding and complain over ridiculous things like the weather or long lines. And she did eye roll, but I don't know if I can do an eye roll. Um,
Oh, I
but
know. I love it. It's like the agent is in charge of the long lines in the weather. Oh, well, if someone out there is in charge of the weather, would you just pop me? Because I have a couple of requests. I have some days I need some good weather on, so I'm hoping you can do it for me.
yeah, I
Will
mean,
free.
obviously you have been there and done that and experienced that, so that isn't a new thing. Um, I, what is it? What is it about the that? I don't know what you. When I'm at an airport, and I've been at quite a few airports here recently. People are fussing about long lines, at the food court, or there's a delay. At some point, there's nothing you can do about it. You're kind of stuck, right? But they're getting on the phone and they're upset, and it's just kind of like spreading this really bad energy. How out of your experience selling travel, how did you deal with somebody that kind of put that negative energy on you when really you did not have any power whatsoever to control the weather?
You know what? It's probably just my normal outlook. But I mean, I remember way more than several times someone being at the resort and the room wasn't ready or at an airport. I would never want to be condescending ever to
Mm,
them, but I would just remind them, just take a moment. Mary, why don't you just take a moment? Let's kind of calm down, kind of calm your soul a little. Just take 5 seconds. And then I would wait 5 seconds. And then I would say, okay, are you feeling just a little calmer? And then I would say, this is your vacation, and you don't want to start it feeling this way. You are not in charge of what's going on. You can't change it, but you can change how you feel. You can change how you begin your honeymoon. You can change how you begin all of these things. So kind of try to center yourself. I mean, it was more like being a coach to them, to bring them to a level where they understood we aren't in charge of the world, and they were not in charge of the world, but you are in charge of how your heart feels, how you can become. And I would very much encourage them. Hey, if what are you in the lobby? Is there a lobby bar? Go sit down, just have a quick drink, enjoy Mother Nature while this guy works it out. I always encourage them to find something good in that moment. And I'm going to say, I can never remember anyone except the man that was in the police station in Jamaica because he threw rocks at a police car.
Oh.
He had a little more trouble with everyone else. I could calm them down a tad.
So between you saying that little snippet of the story and Velma telling me about a senator's daughter getting left behind on the coach in Europe, yeah, I feel like there are a lot of stories out there, stories of travel. Oh my goodness. Just before we wrap up, I'm going to skim through here. Hello, Deborah. Glad to see you. She is full of positivity. If you can feel it, she said, what a great Friday. I love it. Shannon is with you. She's planting flowers, Bonnie. And
Shannon, I love your pool. I love the pictures on Facebook of your pool. I'm like, I am so going to Stillwater. Whoa.
Michelle is going to Stars on Ice on Saturday with her daughter. So excited. So excited for you. Linda is going to enjoy this Memorial Day weekend, spending the week on their beautiful beach with a laptop. So we're going to make the most, kind of like you being outdoors right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, lots of great messages, guys. I think Bonnie and I might have to swoop in after and respond to you because she and I got to talking, as we do. I always have a good time with you, Bonnie.
I always have a good time with you, Joshua, and everyone that watches. And when I go in and I read the comments, and our group is so positive. We are positive people, and even the people who have the challenges. It's great that someone has a challenge and we can all swoop in and just poop positivity on it.
And
Okay, that didn't make a lot of sense, but
and on that note, I just want to take a moment. Bonnie and I both want to take a moment and just acknowledge those people who are currently serving in our military, those who have carried the torch of freedom for us all throughout the years. We just want to wish you, everyone, a very happy Memorial Day. Enjoy this time either by yourself or with your family and friends. And you mean the world to us, and we adore you. So really, from the bottom of our hearts, happy Memorial Day.
have a beautiful Memorial Day, everyone, wherever you are. Just enjoy what we have been given. And I have been given so many great blessings. And each of you are a blessing to me. And I want to thank you for making my life better today than ever before. So thank you very much.
All right. Take care, guys. And don't forget, subscribe to the podcast as well as our YouTube channel on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. See you soon. Take care. Bye.